It's so difficult to find the right one. So I'd prefer stay with this because he might change later.
For a lot of positions, you will need 3 years before you fully master everything. And this, I really want to emphasize for the girls who are watching this.
Hello! So today it's his 30 years old birthday. Happy birthday!
Thank you!
So I invite him today to share with us 3 things that he thinks is very important to know in his 20-ish.
Yeah.
So there are 3 aspects: work, friendships, and relationships. Let's start with work first.
I think one important lesson for me was patience is very important. When I was in university, which is a long time ago now, you're used to having courses being 1 semester. You're always having something new. Everything happens very fast. You're always expecting new things to come. But that's very different when you go on to your full-time job. For a lot of positions, you will need 3 years before you fully master everything.
Why is it 3 years?
Usually, the first year is for learning everything, the tasks and different responsibilities you have. The second year is when you actually can start to contribute and add value to the team. And the third year is when you master everything so well they can think of making improvements.
So I think after 3 years, you finally become a specialist in your field. You're irreplaceable. So the first tip at work would be very patient when you're at your job.
Friendship, the most important thing I think is to nurture your friendship, because it's very rare when you grow older that you have such a long time period where you're with the same people. When you're younger, you don't even have to think about keeping in touch with those friends because you have the common platforms in schools or different activities or communities. Especially if they're your friends, you're seeing them almost every day. So it requires both sides to invest time in the relationship to keep up to date with what's happening in both persons' lives, because otherwise the person, your friend, is gonna develop with the experiences and the things that are happening in that person's life. And if you're not sharing this with each other, you're kind of missing out on some of the growth for that person. And when you're talking to that person again, you become like strangers, which is such a pity.
Yeah, I remember one time that I went to 同学聚会. We talked about all the old time stories. After a few times, I remember that my friend told me, oh, she doesn't feel like going there again because every time it's repeating the same story. There's nothing else happening, like new topics, anything. It's always the old time story. So for friends, the same. If you don't update each other what's going on in your life now, your memory or the topics that you can talk about is all the old ones, and one day you will be bored of it. And maybe the person will change as well. So sharing what's happening in your life, 或者在节日的时候 send a message, happy birthday, happy new year. Okay, the last tip is about relationships.
Yeah, and this I really want to emphasize for the girls who are watching this, that you deserve the best.
What does it mean?
When you're in a relationship and you feel like the guy is treating you badly, but you feel like, oh yeah, maybe I'm not good enough to find something better. You always can find something better if you're in that situation.
Yeah, I also experienced this. When you're young, you tend to cling on someone and you had a feeling comparing to breaking up, you would rather staying in the same situation to have the company who is not treating you well. But then in that way, you're not treating yourself well.
Yeah,
so it's so important that once you realize the situation, you have to remember you can always find a better one.
There's always more fish in the sea.
Oh yeah, so many people telling me that it's so difficult to find the right one. So I'd prefer stay with this because he might change later.
Yeah.
No, at some point if you told him that you don't like it, but he just still keep doing this, it's difficult for him to change.
Yeah, you deserve better than to settle.
Okay, so here are the 3 tips that a 30 years old guy can give us from a guy perspective.
Gosh, I feel old.
We hope you like this video, and if you have any tips that you want to share with us at your age, at the current stage, please leave a comment. And 下次見，拜拜。